All right, who do we have with us? Bench warmer, bench warmer. I am India's MentWhore because that's the word right now, the most popular word, MentWhore. I'll tell you why exactly it is. India's T20 squad was announced, I think, a couple of days ago, and there are some shocking selections and even more shocking omissions. But let's start with MSD. Now, what the hell is MSD doing in the team? Apparently, he's the MentWhore. That's what I'm calling him, MentWhore. How many mentors does this team need? Now, let me go on a rant. Ravi Shastri is already there. He's the head coach. We have a bowling coach. We have a fielding coach. We have a batting coach. We have multiple physios, strength and conditioning coaches, 3 throwdown specialists, 3 video analysts, massage therapists, sports psychologists, wives, girlfriends, pets, kids, siblings, cousins, parents, relatives, BFFs, and we have Rohit Sharma, who is 5-time IPL champion as a captain. Virat Kohli, the greatest captain ever, although you don't agree, I know. And surely Saurav Ganguly, who will be meddling anyway because he just can't keep his hand out of the cookie jar. He's too Bengali for that. Now, the only weirder thing than Dhoni coming in as a mentor would have been Kumble coming in as a super senior mentor. Here's my bold prediction, okay? Dhoni will end up playing. It's true. Dhoni will end up playing and also captaining India in the T20 World Cup, which he always wanted. After a mysterious injury or randomly COVID positive will rule out Pant and Kohli a night before the start of the World Cup. And Kohli has never tested positive, by the way. But it will happen because this mentor will do it. Now, what's your take on this mentor position, which is specifically created? But media, they said, no, he didn't ask for it. We asked him and he took a lot of time to say, yes, I will do it. He just wants to take credit.
I think this is probably Saurav Ganguly being superstitious. Kohli can never win an ICC tournament, so he said, "Okay, who's done it all?" MSD has won all ICC tournaments that he played in as captain. So okay, let us put him in the dressing room, and hopefully he'll do some voodoo around Virat Kohli's jinx of not winning any ICC tournament. And the position or the role for this is, instead of saying like whatever, like good luck expert, he's a mentor. Okay,
but this is a lose-lose situation for Kohli. Kohli loses, it's his fault. Kohli wins, his MSD's magic,
Correct. It's a lose-lose situation for Kohli for sure. See, I think that's why it's very important. It's great in principle, on paper, just to lift everyone's mood. It's great that MSD is in the dressing room, no doubt about that. He's a great cricketing mind. I still feel he's one of the best captains ever. Like, he is in the same league as Chappells and Imran Khan.
Hey, short format. Let's be very clear.
Short format, of course. Short format. Now the issue is, like, especially in the this guy is cut out for 2020 captaincy, right? MSD. Now I think unless you define clear roles, like let's say MSD says that I think this is what you should do, and Kohli and Shastri don't do it, then what is MSD doing in the dressing room, right? Or like if Shastri says something and MSD does not agree with it, whose decision will prevail, right? So unless you carve out or give specific roles that this is your sphere of influence and this is yours, and all of them are separate, like there cannot be too much overlap, this is going to be like too many cooks spoiling the broth, right? So it's, unless you give them like, okay, MSD, you are the spin expert, you will tell the bowlers whoever, because we picked like 25 spinners in the squad, he is like the spin expert and he will like guide and mentor or whatever, tell those guys, and Shastri will do something else. Unless you define clear-cut responsibilities, it can backfire. That's my take on it.
So Ganguly said Kohli is Bharat and MSD is Ram. This is just ridiculous. Okay, by the way, there are 27 spinners, just to correct you, not 25. Everybody is a spinner. Now, how on earth Kohli drops Ashwin from an entire 5-test series, and according to director, he cancelled the 5th test so he doesn't have to select him, and then bring him back in the T20 squad, and Ashwin hasn't played T20 or one-day since July or June in 2017, which is more than 4 years ago for India. Now, he was dead and buried. Like, is this an olive branch, a peace offering, or this is a diabolical plan to pick Ashwin and never play him even once throughout the World Cup and just piss the fuck out of him?
Yeah, my money is it's a plan to pick him, and as my name says, he's the greatest bench warmer ever. in the world, in the history of cricket. Like after like scoring so many runs and taking bag full of wickets, he's the greatest bench warmer there is. So I think it's a diabolical plan. Hey Ashwin, by the way, I'm sorry for not picking you for the tests. Why don't you come and play the T20 World Cup? And hey, by the way, sorry, team balance is not right. Sorry, again you are benched on the name of the template, team balance, whatever words he wants to use.
He's like MSG bhai, team mein dalo mere ko.
Yeah.
Team mein dalo. He's the new Kuldeep. Yeah, he's the new Kuldeep. Now,
but on a serious note, I think because there is no genuine off spinner, because Washington Sundar, I don't know, maybe he's not fit, he's not picked. There's not out of the 20 odd spinners we've picked, there's not a single off spinner, and that's why he's picked. Like they were evaluating, okay, like after Washington Sundar, who is the second best off spinner that we have who can bowl in these conditions? And apparently, I'm not too sure, but apparently he did well in the UAE edition of the IPL for his Delhi Capitals. And so, yeah, it just worked out. All cards fell in place.
Yeah, Washington does have injury concerns. That's the reason. He was Washington as the first choice. Now, I have this. I'm going to club two questions. Why is Kohli out? Kohli I get, but what is happening with Chah? Because he was always Kohli loves Chah, right? No,
Yeah,
it's harsh. And yeah, it's harsh, right? So, and also clubbing the next question is why Dhawan out? Because nobody in the formal channels are talking about it. But everybody's like, oh, we're resting him. Weird stuff people are saying. But all right, I'll just say this thing which nobody's saying. He's been left out because what's going on in his personal life. He just got divorced. We don't know what is happening. His performances, reputation have been spectacular. He beautifully captained India in the T20 and ODI side in Sri Lanka. This is nothing to do with cricketing reasons. This is all personal reasons. They have talked with him. I don't know. Eventually, it's been decided that this is how it is. Whether he's agreed completely, whether he asked himself, we don't know. But it's completely personal shit. Okay, this is not a drop. This is not a rest. This is just right now. It's more like a Stoke situation. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about it.
Rest or a drop. Yeah, I don't know what he's resting from. Like ideally, if they would have rested Kohli because he's playing non-stop.
Dude, you rest from everything to go to World Cup. You don't say like, oh, I'm resting from the Olympics.
Yeah. By the way, I'm too tired from my rest. Can you rest me from my rest? It's like that.
I'm resting from the Olympics so I can play the other matches. And he's playing the IPL anyway, right? So
yeah, I mean,
this is a joke.
These guys should stop bullshitting because the fans are not idiots. Why can't you come out and say, hey, by the way...
It's everywhere. It's news is everywhere. Like that.
Yeah. By the way, we want to give him space to get his whatever situation right, get in the right mental frame, or they could be honest. By the way, at the top, we have too many openers. We have three, like Kohli is also wanting to open, and there is Prithvi Shaw waiting in the wings. So Kohli, Dhawan, sorry, you are number 5, and that's what it is. I mean, sorry, like you played well, but you are not in a scheme of things. Either way, they have to be clear. Stop bullshitting the fans because no fan is an idiot. That's all I would say on this. I think what I feel is Kuldeep's exclusion is harsher than Dhawan's exclusion because you can justify Dhawan's exclusion saying that you already have 3 openers. If you want, you can have like Prithvi Shaw who like blasted the Vijay Hazare trophy or some such trophy, highest scorer, blah blah blah, strike rate.
But he flopped in UAE. That's why.
Yeah. So in any case, I think we have enough openers. So
yeah,
you can still
not
justify. But Kuldeep has been your number 1 premier spinner for the last at least 4 years, if not longer.
Are you talking about Kuldeep or are you talking about Chahal? Because I'm confused now.
My bad. It's Chahal.
Yeah.
Kuldeep
that one makes more sense. I was just confused. Like why you definitely talking about Chahal.
Bad. So it's Chahal, right? And you've picked like 5 spinners. Now I'm the 6th one. Like suddenly I was number 1 and I didn't become 2 or 3. I directly became 6th or even lower. Like that's little harsh to me.
Yeah, but I'm one person who says like, you know what, your performance haven't been that good. It is harsh, but it's not completely unjustified. So these things happen. probably, but I'll come back to this thing. But one more question I have this thing. Just please tell me, what is this nonsense about people keep debating whether Pandya will bowl 1 over, 2 over, or 4 overs? I mean, like, for how difficult is it to bowl 4 overs, man? When 87-year-old Jimmy Anderson can bowl 200 overs in a 5-match test series, I mean, that's exactly the number of overs you'll bowl in 50 T20 matches. And if you bowl your full quota of 4 overs in every match, how difficult? Why is this debate whether he's going to bowl 2 overs or 4? What the fuck is wrong with this person, man? How difficult? I mean, you're international. Look at him. He's ripped. He's always showing his 16 packs. And you can't bowl 4 overs. And what is this debate? Why do we keep debating? It just completely beggars belief in my mind.
But I think what I heard was that Hardik is going to bowl 4 overs every.
But they keep debating whether he will bowl or 2. It's not like 40 overs where he bowl 20. I mean, like, it's 4 overs for fuck's sake, man. It is the lowest format. I mean, 100 probably will have even less balls. But what are we looking at?
And by the way, I would rather ask Shardul to like practice some power hitting and replace Pandya. If Pandya's antics continue that, oh, my body is too fragile to bowl 4 overs, I would rather have Shardul preparing and taking up his role, because he's definitely going to bowl. He can swing. You can see, right? He can hit a few. So I mean, I know Pandya has probably better record in terms of power hitting in T20. I would just say, Shardul, by the way, can you just practice some power hitting and then replace Pandya if he can't bowl?
I think it's a big call, but to be very fair, in recent times, and particularly when they went to Sri Lanka, Pandya was just not working out. And slower pitches, it might not be the same. And he obviously did not work out in UAE either. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, it's not out of realm of possibility. So that should be considered. Anyway, Shardul is not in the team right now, right? Is he? Is
he's
he like
in
a
the
backup?
18. Like
he's in the 18.
He's in the
right?
three short. I mean, backup subs.
Fair enough. So that brings me to this question, because let's not be stupid to think that this is the final squad, because this is India. Things will keep changing. There will be injuries. There will be great performances in the IPL. Probably Chahal or could be Kuldeep. Also some players, particularly the players who are actually dumped right now, particularly Chahal, they'll be inspired to perform more. And the final squad will look a lot different than this. In fact, I'm going to ask you, who do you expect to make a sensational return to the Indian World T20 squad? I am picking Piyush Chawla, Robin Uthappa, Suresh Raina, Pujara, Rahane becoming captain, DK also coming back, removing his suits, and Arjun Tendulkar, my favorite pick. So who do you think is going to come back? Because I think things will change, right? Come on, let's be real.
Before I answer that, I think in the 15-man squad, I think you can justify almost every player who's been picked. My only thing is where I couldn't get my, wrap my head around is Akshar Patel. If Jadeja is playing in your 11, why would you pick Akshar Patel? He's almost like a carbon copy, right? In the sense that he's left arm bowler, lower order batsman. Why would you have two players doing the same thing in your playing 11? Why the hell can't you give that spot either like put in one more batsman or put in like someone like Shardul Thakur or Deepak Chahar who've done well for you in recent past? He is occupying just a space because you already have like you will not play 5 spinners in your lineup anyways, and you will not play him and Jadeja together in the match. And Jadeja walks into the team in any case. So chances are Akshar will not get a game. So why not use that position and put someone else in? That's my only concern, like in the whole 15-man squad. That's the only hole I would like to pick. And I would go for a fast bowling option, either Deepak Chahar or Shardul Thakur. One of the two. Yeah,
that people talked about Deepak Chahar a lot. So, okay, on this point, when you talk about Jadeja, do you? I think I'm getting a feeling that you feel it's going to be like an automatic selection. But Jadeja hasn't been very good in the T20 format for a while. Okay?
That's true.
Now, shouldn't we really be playing people on form and horses for courses? Akshar could be better than him. He should not like just be like you because he hasn't been that great. So would you just pick him anyway, like all the time, because it should be fair, right?
But I mean, he's a 3D cricketer, right? Like, I mean, even if he doesn't contribute with the ball, he'll contribute with the field. He'll bat. So,
correct.
To me,
that'll always be there.
If you ask me, Ravi Jadeja starts. If he doesn't perform or fails miserably, then he'll get replaced. But the first 2 matches, he will be there. That's my say.
Alright, talking about matches, India is in Group 2, which is Cakewalk Group. Okay. we have India, Pakistan. We always beat Pakistan in the big. Then there's New Zealand, Afghanistan, who might not even end up playing because there's a lot of drama happening. And then we have two winners who I'm calling free hits. Now the group one is the group of death, which has Australia, England, South Africa, Windies, and the two minnows. The fact is that it's not even really minnows because I just realized that Afghanistan is already qualified. Yeah,
Sri
and I'm just
Lanka
saying.
and Bangladesh.
Afghanistan is the Super 8 and Lanka and Bangladesh are like mud wrestling with Namibia and Papua New Guinea in the qualifiers. I didn't even know Papua New Guinea was a real place. And now they're probably going to end up qualifying for the World Cup. This is crazy. Can they even win the World Cup? Papua New Guinea world champions of T20 beat everybody. And they beat like Namibia in the final because Namibia also qualified. It's crazy. So, my question, okay, did I even ask you, can you pick 4 teams that will make the knockout of the semis from these two groups?
I would have to pick India for sure. I think Pakistan will also make it. India, Pakistan from our side of the group. And
you think New Zealand will miss out? Okay, that's a big one.
Yeah, I think.
You know how New Zealand always makes to the semi-finals?
Yeah, but I think on Abu Dhabi pitches, Pakistan's almost second home. They would have something more, just edge New Zealand. New Zealand just lost like some series against Bangladesh where the average score was 60 runs.
Bangladesh beat everybody. They beat Australia also. Yeah. And they're still struggling in the qualifiers.
Yeah, I know it was not a full strength New Zealand team, but
the pitches are bitches.
Yeah, so I still think India, Pakistan will make it out of this group. And on the other side, it's really a group of death. I would eliminate Australia. I don't think they will make it. There is England is sure. So England is there, right? And now it's a toss up between Windies and South Africa. I would put my money on West Indies. So West Indies, England,
fair enough, because West Indies have been good in this thing, right? They have been really, really good. Okay. Because I have a lot of soft spots for Australia, but I can understand your pick and it's reasonable. But I really hope Australia can rise to the occasion. But this group is difficult, man. Australia, England, South Africa, Windies, and I think whoever's going to come in. I think Bangladesh might come in from
Bangladesh might be tough, yeah. Beating Bangladesh.
And then Bangladesh also might come in. It's going to be like crazy stuff. This is going to be fucking one crazy group, man. This is crazy. Okay. On that note, final question: if you were to pick one team, this has multiple, parts. So if you were to pick one team, who would you put your house on to win the World Cup outright, the T20 World Cup? Also please pick one dark horse and who will choke and who will get one miracle win. Just remember when Bangladesh beat India in the World Cup 2007, I think. And there was drama.
I would have to, you have to put your money on England or India as favorites because they have the most balanced squads. I don't know whether I'm not too confident. Like I'm trying to put India in the bracket of choking. India might choke, so I don't want to pick them as winners. I don't want to do both. So I would then, by that logic, have to put England up there. India as someone who can choke.
Dark choke will mean they'll not qualify for the semi-final. That's called choke.
No. So for me, India losing the semi-final is also choking.
Fair enough.
Right.
So you clarify that.
Yeah. For me, if they don't reach the final, anything before that is choking. So
fair enough.
That's there. And I think dark horse, as always, is West Indies. Like as always in T20 format, they will always.
But they've won in 220 formats. They've already won like twice or something, right? So I don't consider them dark horses for T20 because they're like, for me, I don't know. Right now,
at the start, By the way, in any tournament, West Indies unfortunately don't start as outright favorites because it's always like India or England or Australia or someone from the big 3 or 4. So hence, to me, those West Indies will always be a dark horse. On their given day, they can blast any fucking team, to ground. So did I answer? Okay, put my money on England, choking India.
And one win, miracle win. Who will get this miracle win?
I would say Afghanistan. Yeah. I think Afghanistan will be inspired.
They will be in our group, right? They're in our group.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think they will beat India?
I think Afghanistan might spring a surprise and qualify out of it. I don't know who they will beat, but there is so much turmoil going on in their country. This is their way of, giving back some sort of happiness, diversion, something. It might inspire them and bring them together. I mean, it doesn't look like it, given the shit that has happened in the last couple of days. But I mean, I'm a dreamer. I'm like, this is my wishful thinking.
John Lennon is here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so if Afghanistan does play very well, it will actually make our group much more interesting. Otherwise, kind of slightly dry, because the other group is like fucking messy, man, like completely messy. So yeah. Those are my questions. Whatever you guys think, whoever's listening, if you're picking somebody else, if you're favoring Afghanistan, some people are saying they might not even end up playing because there's a lot of turmoil, but at least we know how this works. Eventually they'll let them play unless completely shit hits the fan. There'll not be a problem, but right now people are denying it. It won't happen. So I am picking, who do I pick? I don't know. For me, dark horses are Pakistan. Let me just pick Australia, because nobody's going to pick Australia right now. So I'm going to pick Australia to win. The win, because I think Afghanistan is the one which is there, so Afghanistan should be winning. But then I think Lanka and Bangladesh is going to make it as well, right? So right now, if Lanka or Bangladesh also wins anything, that will be a big win. But yeah, I think if Afghanistan wins something, that should be a big win, because Bangladesh is already doing well and Lanka right now pretty not good. But it's still Sri Lanka, so we can't be saying like this is like a big win. They're a big team. They're just performing badly. So yeah, on that note, let's just wait and watch. But right now,
you're gonna get so many eggs on your face after that prediction. I'm gonna roast you now. I've noted down your answers.
Oh no, and it's gonna be on record anyway, so like doesn't matter. But it's gonna be interesting. So let's just see who.
And in Sri Lanka is like Arsenal, like they're a big team, but like shitting themselves right now.
Oh yeah, they just beat South Africa, by the way. I don't know if you're watching, because nobody cares about anything else apart from India, wherever India is playing. So they did beat South Africa, and you thought South Africa is much stronger, but I think South Africa is shit as well. But let's see, we'll figure out. But yeah, I don't mind eggs on my faces. It won't be the first time, and it won't be the last time. This is pretty much the most usual thing that happens in my life. Alright, on that note, thank you for coming. Keep warming the bench, and I'll keep staying India's mentor, because that's one position specifically created for people who are out of job, who don't play anymore, or who never played, people like me, for any big country or any big state or even grade cricket. Okay, it was just I'm very low grade. Alright, on that note, take care, keep watching, like and subscribe. See you next time. IPL is in, bitches. IPL. Bye bye.